Welcome back SCP fans, and welcome to, if you don't know what SCP is but you like the look of that creature in the thumbnail, that is what's known as an SCP, an anomaly in our universe. A group known as the SCP Foundation has made it their mission to secure them, contain them, and protect us from them. They have a wiki page of the thousands of SCPs they've come into contact with over the years, and I think this is one of the scariest. I'm Danny Burke, and this is the top 10 scary SCP-1471 facts that will keep you up at night. Starting off at number 10 now, we have the recap. 1471 is unique because it's not a physical creature as such, nor is it an object. It's an app. You heard me, an app. 1471 is a free 9.8 megabyte app for mobile devices named Mal-O version 1.0.0. That's how it appears on app stores, but it's not listed with any developer and seems to bypass the approval process for apps altogether. Once it's installed, it begins sending text messages to the owner of the device, images of itself, a large humanoid figure with a canine skull and black fur. After a few days of exposure, 1471 will begin appearing in the person's peripheral vision, the corner of their eyes, or even in reflective surfaces. Sound intriguing? Well, let's continue. At number 9 now, we have the text. The text we talked about before are usually only images, despite the record referring to them as text. It doesn't mention any actual text. The images are always described in the same way. They will always contain certain pictures of normal scenes, but with the creature somewhere in the background or even the foreground. These texts come through at a consistent rate every 3 to 6 hours. I mentioned before that the pictures are of normal scenes, and although that is true, there is a twist. The locations are places commonly frequented by the person who is receiving the pictures. So if you were to receive it, the creature may appear in front of your school, your workplace, or even your own home. After 2 days, these images get more specific. They are taken at locations recently visited by the individual. After 3 days, they receive images taken of themselves, right now with the creature somewhere nearby. Yeah, I think the fear factor just went up a few points. At number 8 now, we have names. You'll notice that I've been referring to the various aspects of this SCP by different names, but the Foundation has actually categorized all of them. The name of the virus itself is SCP-471. Quite often, people get that mixed up with the creature we've talked about. They actually have a separate name for that though. It's SCP-1471-A. So if you hear me talk about the virus, I'll say 1471. The creature, I'll still call that the creature. Another interesting name mentioned in the Foundation's article is SCP-1471-9405. That's the name given to the device which received the famous picture of the creature peering through the window in the door. 9405. Does that mean it's the 9,405th device to be affected by this? Are there thousands or even tens of thousands of devices affected by it? Is yours one of them? Moving on to number 7 now, we have visions. As I mentioned earlier on in the video, the images stage eventually gives way to the creature appearing in people's peripheral vision or in reflective surfaces. This usually happens sometime after the 90-hour mark, just under 4 days after the virus is first installed. The article doesn't state that the creature can be seen by looking at where your peripheral vision just was. What I mean by this is if you see the creature in a corner of your eye and you try to look at it directly, it still won't be there. Keep staring at that spot though, and it will appear again in the corner of your eye. As for reflective surfaces, this could be anything. You may see the creature in your shiny phone case, in a puddle on the ground, or even behind you in the bathroom mirror. This may be the best way to see the creature directly, but when you try and turn around, it's sure to be gone. Next up at number 6 now, we have communication. At this point, some of you may be thinking, okay, this is scary, but it's just a trick of the mind. I can handle images, flickers in the corner of my eye, but perhaps this may change things for you. The Foundation has recorded cases where if an individual is exposed to the SCP for 4 days or more, irreversible and sustained visualizations of the creature occur. They report periodic attempts made by the creature to visually communicate with them, but they fail to understand or comprehend these actions. That means that the creature is making some sort of movement or gesture at the person. It wants them to do something, or perhaps it it just wants them. Either way, they can't understand what the creature wants for them, but that doesn't mean it ends. Moving on to number 5 now, we have permanent effects. You'll notice that in the last one I briefly mentioned that exposure will cause irreversible visualizations. This suggests that if it gets past a certain point, it's now a part of that person's life forever. There is nothing the Foundation or anyone can do to save that person. How can you escape something if it's in your head? The creature is caused by a virus on a device. Trying to run from it is like moving a computer with a virus into the next room and expecting the virus to just go away. It won't. The affected individual needs an antivirus for humans, and no such example exists. Next up at number 4 now, we have the archival document. At the end of the article, I found a small link that said it required level 2 access to view. I clicked on it, not thinking much would happen, but it opened up a document with some tantalizing new information. It shows the description of the app as it appears to people when they first view it in the App Store. It reads as follows: 4. Redacted. Never settle for those awkward feelings of being alone ever again. Mallow is an exciting and interactive experience that will keep you engaged and intrigued. The anxiety of social situations can be nerve-wracking, but after just a few hours of Mallow, you will soon forget all about those painful emotions of disappointment. Be part of the new craze that is quickly becoming the next social substitute. Remember, the more you participate, the more Mallow will engage you. Your experience is completely up to you. Absolutely no ads. Enjoy. How creepy is that? Now, before you learn about 1471's true nature, it might sound quite nice. Once you know its terrors though, the lines about never being alone again and the more you use it, the more it will engage with you, well, they start to seem really creepy. Next up at number 3 now, we have Capone. After that description, there is an option at the bottom of the page to click buy. Clicking it opens up a story from a man called William about his experiences with 1471, which he calls Capone. He tells a Dr. Laura Brain that he was scared when he first saw the creature in the pictures and then around every corner. He was young when it first happened. He begged the creature to leave him alone. He even tried to bribe it. Nothing worked. Dr. Brains tells him that fear like this is a common reaction. William tells her he's not even afraid of it anymore. It just makes him jump whenever he sees it in the morning. The doctor thanks him for the interview and asks him to think back to his first experience with the creature. On his drive home, he could see the creature in his rear view mirror, just like he always could. It waved to him as usual. Despite everything, William would always talk to it about his day and how he was feeling. It seemed to him that the creature was listening, and he swore that it could understand as it tilted its head slowly. He then sat down at home and decided to do what the doctor asked, to write a record of the first time he saw the creature. Moving on to number 2 now, we have the first time. Yes, we're going to talk about the record that contains the account that William wrote. He says Capone has been with him since he was 15. He downloaded the app because his older sister had it. She said it sends you pictures of the places you've been to with a really cute monster placed in a photo to make it look like it's following you. It sounded fun. It was free. There were no ads, and it couldn't be a virus as the App Store would have scanned for that. She downloaded it for him onto his old flip phone. He was surprised that she found it because he didn't even think his phone had an App Store. The first picture he received was taken in his school's courtyard with Capone sitting on one of the benches. After a while, the pictures on his sister's phone sent her mad. She drove him home from school once in a panic. It had gone too far for her. He then got a text. She told him not to look at it. He did anyway. It was taken from the hood of the car, facing them. They themselves were in the front seats of the car, just as they were in real life. In the back seat behind them was Capone, looming over them. They ditched the car and ran. And finally, number 1 now, we have the future. After the account, William gives clues as to what happened after that day. He talks about how he adjusted to Capone, seeing him in mirrors and reflections. He began waving and Capone waved back. He also said that his sister's case was more severe than his, that she saw the creature everywhere she looked, around every corner, just out of sight, even over her as she slept. She took her life 2 years before this report was written. William wanted to blame the creature for it, but he just couldn't. He saw them as just doing what they were designed to do. He finishes by saying that he doesn't even know if someone made this app. Perhaps it's just an anomaly of the universe. He can't blame the virus, he can't blame himself, he blames SCP-1471 on pure chance. Wow. finishing that kind of feels like finishing an actual movie in a way, not a top 10 video. This one may have gone on a little bit too long, or you may be sitting there wishing I was talking more about it. Well, talking is kind of my job, and I can talk about any SCP you guys want me to. I've already done a few others already, so check them out and then suggest which one you want to see next. Please, honestly, please do that. I really want to do more. Until then, thanks for watching as always, guys. My name is Danny Burke, and I will see you all in the next video.